Hi friends, welcome to Sri Guru Raghavendra Banking Coaching Center. So here in this particular session, we are going to discuss 25th January 2026 current affairs related MCQs. So then I'll start with the first and foremost one. The Prime Minister Street Vendors Atmanirbhar Nidhi, that is PM SVANidhi. The scheme was launched in which year? This particular scheme was in news, so then the correlated question then they're asking. So options are given like 2018, 19, 20, 21 and 20, 22nd, 21st and 22nd. So then it officially this particular PM SVANidhi scheme was started in 2020. So answer C is the correct answer here, correct option here. So as a special microcredit scheme, it's a microcredit scheme. Microcredit in the sense, then small amount given as a loan to the public. Microcredit scheme, it was started like to support the street vendors. To support street vendors, then which were affected by COVID-19. సో COVID-19 పాండమిక్లో ఎవరైతే దీని ద్వారా ఎఫెక్ట్ అయ్యారో వాళ్ళ కోసం ఇంట్రడ్యూస్ చేసిన ఇట్స్ అ మైక్రో క్రెడిట్ స్కీమ్. సో దన్ ప్రధానమంత్రి స్ట్రీట్ వెండర్స్ ఆత్మనిర్భర్ నిధి. So like here then if you observe this particular additional information related to this one, all street vendors who have successfully repaid their loan taken from the banks, it may be second or third tranche whatever they have lent, so then those are eligible to get the other loan facility from the other microcredit loan from the respective banks. So the credit limit then if you observe here, the credit limit, so how much amount then they can be lent is, if you observe, it will be a RuPay retail credit card. They provide a RuPay retail credit card with a 30,000 rupees limit, 30,000 limit, and a revolving credit facility. Revolving credit facility in the sense, whatever the amount they have consumed, then if they have repaid, that amount is available in their account. That is a revolving credit facility. And it was officially, as I mentioned, it started in 2020 and as a central sector scheme. It started as a central sector scheme, and the complete amount borne by the central government, and which facilitates street vendors to access affordable working capital loans. So then with this particular one, the street vendors get a affordable working capital loan. It's a very important one, working capital loan. So working capital loan in the sense, like then to serve their day-to-day operations. Serve their day-to-day operations, whatever the amount required is called a working capital. So it would be facilitated by this particular under this particular scheme, and then joint responsibility of the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs and the Department of Financial Services are responsible for this particular one. So then implementation, then if we observe, then who implements this particular scheme, then it's implements by the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs and Department of Financial Services. Department of Financial Services. That's one. So this is a context here. Implements by DFS and MOHUA. There's a context. So our answer is answer C is the correct one. A street vendors Atmanirbhar Nidhi, which was introduced in 2020. Moving to the next one. India aims to develop how much pumped hydro storage capacity? Pumped hydro storage capacity by the year 2047. 2047 నాటికి ఎంత పంప్డ్ స్టోరేజ్ హైడ్రో పంప్డ్ స్టోరేజ్ కెపాసిటీని బిల్డ్ చేయాలని ఇండియా ఆశిస్తోంది అంటున్నాడు. ఇస్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ వన్. ఈ మోడల్ క్వశ్చన్స్ పోస్ట్ చేస్తాడు. ఇస్ ద పంప్డ్ హైడ్రో స్టోరేజ్. సో 50 gigawatts, 75 gigawatts, 100 gigawatts, 150 and 200 ఇచ్చాడు ఆప్షన్స్లో. It's not 150, it's not even 200, it's not 75 and 50. That is absolutely then 100 gigawatts. 100 gigawatts 2047 అంటున్నాం. ఇండియాకి అప్పటికి 100 years ఫినిష్ అవుతాయి. So then India get complete 100 years of its Independence Day. So we got 1940 independence in 1947. By 2047 then we will complete with a centurion Independence Day. A centurion Independence Day. Certainly then to recall that, to turn that, then this 100 gigawatts target was assigned for this particular one. So India aimed to develop 100 gigawatts of hydro pumped storage by 2047 to stabilize its renewable energy storage. Purpose is to stabilize its renewable energy surge. There's a part. To stabilize renewable energy surge, there is a main objective here. Pumped hydro storage in general, like if you see, pumped hydro storage means like a pumped hydro storage is a large scale electricity storage technology. Is a large scale electricity storage technology. Storage technology that stores energy in the form of a gravitational potential energy of water. Stored in the form of a gravitational potential energy of water. Gravitational potential energy of water using two reservoirs at different elevations. Using two reservoirs at two elevations, at different elevations. This is the context here we have. So then this is all about this particular PHS. So large electricity storage technology is called the pumped hydro storage. And then during the periods of excess electricity, water is pumped from a lower reservoir to the upper reservoir. When demand increases, the stored water is released back through the turbines to generate electricity. There is a context here. And grid stability and peak load management is a idea behind this particular one. Grid stability and a peak load management. Peak load management are the specialties of or importance of this particular mechanism. That is 100 gigawatts. Answer C is the correct one here we have. So I'm making move to the next one, an important one. The Global Investment Trends Monitor, GITM, is released by which organization? GITM stands for Global Investment Trends Monitor. World Bank is nowhere related. International Monetary Fund, it's not. World Trade Organization, trade doubt రావచ్చు because it's not trades, it is trends. But so then World Trade Organization also wrong answer. United Nations Development Program, UNDP, is not here. It's nowhere related to the development system and those. It's Investment Trends Monitor, Trends Monitoring System. Global Investment Trends Monitoring. It's nowhere discussing about the trade and those. It's a monitoring concept. So then it's by the UNCTAD, United Nations Conference on Trade and Development. United Nations Conference on Trade and Development looks after this one. And the Global Investment Trends Monitor is a flagship analytical publication. Trends is a analytical publication of a UNCTAD. And tracking global, which tracks the global foreign direct investment trends. ఎలా ట్రెండ్స్ ఎలా ఉన్నాయి, ఎక్కడ ఇన్వెస్ట్ చేయడానికి మంచి సోర్సెస్ ఉన్నాయి, ఇలాంటి వాటి గురించి అనలిటికల్గా ఇంట్రడ్యూస్ చేసే పబ్లికేషన్ అనమాట. So United Nations Conference on Trade and Development then released this GATM, this UNCTAD, then we know then which was officially found in 1964, and which is headquarters, whose headquarters is located in Geneva, Switzerland, and it's a United Nations principal organ. United Nations, one of the principal organs. Principal organs lo ఒకటి principal organ. And the key findings, then if you observe, then FDI inflows surged by 73% to in 2025. That is a observation then given by UNCTAD. The foreign direct investments FDI inflows in the sense, then the countries which are showing interest towards getting invest in India, then increased 73% due to the large investments services including finance, IT, and research and development, as well as manufacturing, supported by the policies aimed at integrating India into the global supply chains. So that is the reason then they increased, and FDI reached foreign direct investments reached around $1.6 trillion in 2025. That is 14% increase. So foreign direct investments reached $1.6 trillion, that is 14% increase. FDI inflows to China declined from the third consecutive year, falling by 8% to 8%. So that is the context here. So inflows surged by 73%. FDI inflows surged 73%, and FDI reached 1.6 trillion in 2025, and FDI inflows to the China declined. China ki FDIs manaki then decline ayye the last third consecutive year anamata idi. So anyways, try to focus on this particular one. GATM is introduces by the releases by the then our UNCTAD, United Nations Conference on Trade and Development. There is a part. So here, like FDI inflows into India, this one FDI's inflows into India here, and this one FDI reached this particular one global market. This is all about global market, don't get confused here. So then in global market, foreign direct investments reached $1.6 trillion in 2025. That is overall in the global markets, the surge is 14%, but India, the FDI inflows then surged 73%. That is a point that I have emphasized here. So what is the answer here? Answer E is the correct one. Moving to the next one. Where is the 4th India Energy Week scheduled from January 27th to 30th going to be held? So what is that 4th India Energy Week? India Energy Week. So which is scheduled from January 27th to then 30th of 2026, will be held in options given like New Delhi, Mumbai, Kochi, Chennai, and Goa. Is absolutely observed in Goa. So our answer is E, correct one. Is observed in Goa. So then, so which is going to focus on? Which is going to focus on energy transition. Going to focus on energy transition, clean energy, and global energy cooperation. Global energy cooperation. These are the areas here. There's a point here. And moving to the next one. Where did the, so then the answer is E, correct one here. Where did the Prescience 2026 national workshop recently began? Prescience. So the Prescience national workshop emphasizing the futuristic planning and innovation in the science and technology. It's which emphasizing the futuristic planning and innovation. Futuristic planning and innovation. Then Prescience 2026. It is a national level workshop. Options given: Hyderabad, Bengaluru, Chennai, Nagpur and Pune. There is absolutely Pune is the correct answer. So then answer E is the correct option here we have. So Prescience 2026. So there is a chance to get asked these type of questions, like where it is observed, where it has conducted. Likewise, then they may ask. So then we have to focus on this particular one, Prescience 2026. So like this Prescience generally refers to the a Trans-American Prescience report, a series of studies released by the Trans-America Institute and Trans-America Center Studies and Meta, so retirement studies. So it's a workshop. This workshop is completely handled and owned, monitored and managed by the Maharashtra government. So then the Pune, Maharashtra. So that is a context here. So based on the context here, Prescience workshop, national workshop, and which is related to the science and technology and the futuristic planning and innovation in S&T, science and technology. That will be observed in Pune 2026. Who recently launched let me add something to this particular one. Who recently launched the e-Epic? Let me add some additional points to this particular one. Yeah, here then let me add some points. Goa. So then Goa is in news here. Like recently one here. Let me add additional information about Goa. That is new third district and third and new district introduced in Goa, that is Kushavati. Kushavati is a new district introduced in Goa. This is one valid important point. And then recently history that India ignored. History that India ignored is a book released by the Chief Minister of Goa recently, the history that India ignored. And then 56th International Film Festival of India observed in Goa. And then International Salinity Conference. Salinity is related to the saltiness of the water. That is WeCare 2025, then which was observed in Goa. International Salinity Conference. Which was observed in Goa. And one more here we have FIDE Chess World Cup. Yes, FIDE Chess World Cup also observed in Goa here we have. That's a part here, important one here we have. One more point here. And a Purple Festival, International Purple Festival. A Purple Festival also observed here. In a Purple Festival third edition and Purple Festival third edition observed in Goa. And then Maje Ghar is a scheme recently introduced in Goa. Majeghar is a scheme introduced by the home minister in Goa. Majeghar. So these are the things then is related to the directly or indirectly related to the Goa. And then here, like if you observe Prescience, Prescience, it's a national workshop then which is observed in a central water and power research station. Central Water and Power Research Station. Central Water and Power Research Station. It was introduced in or started in CWPRS, Central Water and Power Research Station, which is located in Pune. And it is a 2 days workshop, then which will start from January 22nd. A 2 days workshop. So that is a context of this particular one. Moving to the next one. Epic. E-Epic 2.0 portal is launched by whom? Then they're asking. Then Ministry of Electronics and IT. No. Unique Identification Development Authority of is wrong. Ministry of Home Affairs. No. Niti Aayog as well. Wrong answer. Then it was introduced by ECI. So Election Commission of India. So answer E is the correct one here we have. E is the correct one. This Epic. Epic is a EPIC. Is a so Epic is a most safest a PDF version. A PDF version, and then it's not editable. It's not editable PDF version. The E-Epic 2.0 portal, that is which provides the election related information which is not editable PDF, safest PDF version. And then which includes a NVSP, that is NVSP stands for National Voters Services Portal. Voter Services Portal or a voter helpline app ద్వారా download చేసుకోవచ్చు అన్నమాట దీన్ని. Then which can be downloaded with the voter helpline app. Helpline application. That is the context. E-Epic. So then this particular mechanism will help to distribute or the voter identity papers or documents. Delivery is very easy with this particular facility. So which this particular one makes the delivery of voter identity documents easy to transfer or distribute. There is a context here. So answer E is the correct one here. Moving to the next one. Where was India's first major private sector satellite manufacturing facility recently inaugurated? So then a private sector satellite manufacturing facility, that's very important. Generally then this satellite manufacturing part ISRO looks after. Then the first major private sector satellite manufacturing facility introduced in which area? Karnataka, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra and Gujarat. So then Sanand district of Khoras. Sanand district of Khoras of Gujarat. Then this particular facility introduced on January 22nd, 2026. This was inaugurated. So then Agista Space. Agista. Agista Space. So Agista is a major Indo-German joint venture and India's largest private satellite manufacturer. Agista. Agista BST Aerospace is a major Indo-German joint venture. Joint venture, and it is the India's largest private satellite manufacturer based in Ahmedabad. Based in Ahmedabad. That is the context here. It is specializes in end-to-end small satellite production. Then special for answer E is the correct one here. Special for small satellites manufacturing or production, then whose range is from 50 to 250 kgs. There's a point here, and utilizing the German design with the Indian innovation, and this ABA, this name is ABA, Agista BST Aerospace, which launched its first satellite, it's launched its first satellite in 2023. Then that satellite is called AFR. The name is AFR. It's the first satellite. So manufacturing capacity, then 50 to 250 kg small satellites annually, and 50 to 250, not kgs number. It's not the kgs number. 50 to 250 satellites it can manufacture annually with 80% of the subsystems made in house. That's a part. That's the specialty of this particular one. So answer E is the correct one. The private sector satellite manufacturing facility recently inaugurated in Gujarat. Moving to the next one, and important one as well. So have a look at this particular one. Yeah. Which group of the countries recently signed a global security code to prevent the misuse of generative AI? ఈ generative AI misuse అవ్వకూడదని, misuse కాకుండా ఉండడం కోసం. Yeah, this was completed. This is the one. So the group of countries recently signed a global security code to prevent the misuse of generative AI. Generative AI యొక్క misuse జరగకుండా ఉండడం కోసం రీసెంట్గా ఒక గ్రూప్ దెన్ అగ్రిమెంట్ టర్న్ చేసింది. వాట్ ఈస్ దట్ గ్రూప్ అవుట్ ఆఫ్ ఆప్షన్స్ గివెన్? బ్రిక్స్, క్వాడ్, SCO, OECD అండ్ G7. దట్ ఈస్ G7 group. G7 group. Answer E is the correct one here we have. So then G7 nations agreed on a global security code to ensure safe, ethical and responsible use of generative AI. So G7 nations. So then group of 7 nations: US, UK, Russia, Russia is not member. Russia is suspended from this particular one. At the time of G8 it was there. The France is a member, and then Japan is a member, Germany is the member, Italy is a member. So US, UK, France, Japan, Germany, Italy and Canada. These are the members of this particular one, G7 member nations here. So only one Asian country then which is part and parcel of G7 is Japan. Moving to the next question. So answer E is the correct one here. Who inaugurated Granth Kutir at Rashtrapati Bhavan? Who inaugurated Granth Kutir? So then Granth Kutir inaugurated by whom? That is a question asked here. So like this is the Granth Kutir is a entity which is introduced introduced by who of the following? That is a question asked here. So then if you observe this particular one, Granth Kutir, options are given: Prime Minister and the Vice President, and then Union Minister of Education, and Chief Justice of India and President of India. This was officially inaugurated by the President of India, Draupadi Murmu. Inaugurated this particular one, or inaugurated this one. Answer E is the correct one here we have. So then on January 23rd, 2026 at New Delhi in Rashtrapati Bhavan, Granth Kutir. Granth means books. Granth Kutir. This is the India's which highlights the India's cultural heritage, and in 11 traditional languages. This is maintained. This is a Granth Kutir maintained 11 traditional languages. So like Sanskrit, Tamil, Maratha, likewise 11 traditional languages it is this particular Granth Kutir is maintained, and around 2,300 books are arranged here, and 50 plus the ancient scripts are maintained here. Scripts are secured here. That is a specialty of this Granth Kutir. So who inaugurated? The President of India inaugurated this one. And like see, then here we discussed about Gujarat, is it? So then let me add some additional points about Gujarat. So then Gujarat, like if you observe, which is in news recently, world's largest, where like we have observed this India's first private sector satellite manufacturing facility recently introduced integrated private satellite manufacturing industry with the 500 crores the investments, 500 plus crores investment. And then here, like if you observe this this particular one, several new things then we can observe here, and in Gujarat. So let me add those. Here we have Gujarat. So then World Police and Fire Games. So is announced in it will be conducted, will be in 2029, World Police Fire Games, which will be in Gujarat in 2029. This is the one point then we can discuss about this. And Indian Artificial Intelligence Research Organization which is introduced in Gandhinagar of Gujarat. This is also one. And then rooftop solar, then Gujarat is rooftop solar. Rooftop solar, the top state in India in rooftop solar, that is Gujarat. Rooftop solar untadi kada, yeah, and paikapu meeda solar provision unnadi state Gujarat. And after 33 years, it's recognized as a tiger state, that is Gujarat. And then the Gujarat's Modera is a green town, first green town of India. Modera is India's first green town. First green town. That is also important one. And Bharat Taxi pilot operation, then introduced in Gujarat and Delhi, New Delhi. So Bharat Taxi in both areas, Delhi as well as Gujarat. Bharat Taxi in Delhi and Gujarat. And Earth Summit 2025 observed in Earth Summit observed in Gujarat. 2025 Earth Summit. There's a context. So I'm moving to the next one, and next question here. Indian Railways developed the humanoid robot ASC Arjun. Humanoid robot called ASC Arjun at which railway station? That is the question asked here. Then Chennai Central, that is Tamil Nadu, Secunderabad, Vijayawada, Bhubaneswar, and Visakhapatnam railway station. So then where it was introduced? There's a question asked like ASC Arjun. ASC Arjun is a humanoid robot, then which is introduced in Visakhapatnam railway station. Answer is the correct one. So ASC Arjun was developed at Visakhapatnam railway station, introduced at deployed at Visakhapatnam. Deployed at Visakhapatnam railway station. So then to assist the passengers. To assist the passengers. So then ASC Arjun, first humanoid. So ASC Arjun, like we will discuss some points about this particular ASC Arjun. Indian Railways has introduced this humanoid robot named ASC Arjun at Visakhapatnam railway station, and introduced by the Indian Railways, and the robot will operate alongside railway protection force. Alongside railway protection force, then this will operate. This will be operated. This ASC Arjun will be operated alongside. Alongside this particular RPF, and then it is developed entirely in Visakhapatnam using homegrown technology. Designed, there's a point then we have to focus. Designed and developed entirely in Vizag. Homegrown technology, with the homegrown technology, and which is equipped with the face recognition system. Face recognition system for intrusion detection, AI based crowd monitoring, and a real-time alert generator for RPF control rooms. And it can also make automated public announcement. Public announcement also it can do. Public announcements. If any announcements required to get passed, certainly then it work on that. English, Hindi, and Telugu related public announcements it will do, and to assist the passengers to promote the safety awareness, and which features like a semi-autonomous navigation with the obstacle avoidance capability, and fitted with the fire and smoke detection systems to aid the timely response during the emergencies. And then it can patrol station platforms. It can patrol the station platforms around the clock, supporting the surveillance and optimizing manpower deployment. These are the advantages of this particular ASC Arjun humanoid robot introduced in Visakhapatnam railway station. These are the special things. So these are the MCQs for this particular day. Then we will join in the next session with the continuation of this one. Thank you and good day.